Hello and welcome back to Adventure's Edge, Heroes of the Vale, episode, what are we at?
15.
15. I had flipped, I just did that. We literally, 15.
Oh my God. No lyrics to that song though yet.
Not yet.
You know, quality songwriting takes time. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I still have to work on the whole
You could have just a dream, like Paul McCartney, and just wake up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
So welcome back. Thank you, everybody that has returned after that last episode. I know that was a bit, dramatic, lots of role-playing, lots of story-driven things going on here. But I felt like it moved things along, and we're building. Ever building.
Yeah. I think there's some relationships that need to be worked on. There was a misunderstanding of what was going on, and I'm just going to go kick rocks. Literally, because that's what my job is.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm really confused on what your actual job is. Because it seems like there's a lot of
I
facets.
restore things in town.
That's your public job.
Yes.
But you've got secret jobs.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's just
wink.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of layers.
Oh, there is. Yep. I'm like
sedimentary. You're a sedimentary rock.
Like yes. Thank you. That's very well put. Wow. Bravo. That's a silver piece, I think. If I was to give a silver piece for that, that's a beautiful pun.
Yeah. All that great role play last week and no silver piece.
Silver. No.
You know what? So first of all, while I'm thinking about it, I didn't toss the gold piece in for last session.
You put it in the jail here. I'll grab it.
Well, that might be more fitting, actually.
There was some great role play last time. That I definitely think so. You're right. I should see. I get distracted with all the talking. There's a lot going on over here.
There was a lot.
You get a lot.
There's
a lot of talking.
I don't know. I mean, fundamentally, isn't that what this is all about? So,
it is a talking game.
I don't know if you can call it a distraction.
I'm just here to roll dice.
Talk words, get points.
All right. We're going to throw some more in there. There we go. Alms for the poor.
No, okay. All right.
May I have another?
Please, sir.
Could I please have more?
Okay. Let's do this. So we're just going to dive in. We had a lot of talking last time, and I think we need to hit some action this time, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
To punch things.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Stabby.
But Zinnia, you're looking expectant.
I guess okay. Here we go. So we returned. We healed everybody. There's a party for us. The mayor gave us some silver pieces, and then other things happened. Daerun was left everything by his mentor, including his house, and so now he has to pay taxes. But he found out some disturbing stuff about his mentor, and then also there's some deeper plots to explore. I guess we're going to find out more about those later. Tommy was approached by a mysterious lady asking if he's interested in future employment. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Trunk went to the temple and found out more about the laughing lady and found out that she is actually somebody named Asana. So I guess that's good, although maybe not. Bramble got a letter from Birch asking for his help because basically Birch sucks, but they're whatever. Bree is better, but she's going to be 9 and now she apparently has to get a job, which I totally don't get, but okay. But basically Bree's mom is stupid and I keep telling her that, but she doesn't do anything about it. And then Tommy got a message to come to the mayor's office with all of us. And the mayor wants us to do another job for the town, but thinks that we're somehow like the second tier and doesn't want to pay us very much. And honestly, everybody annoyed me because I just wanted to talk to Bree before I said yes, and they just would. I like literally was saying those words, and they were like arguing with me about it. But I guess it was good because we got a little bit more money for it. But finally, they like just let me talk to Bree, and I guess we're going to go do this job where we're going to find out why the river is drying up and maybe kill some goblins. That's it.
That's it.
I should just put that at like the beginning of the previous episode. Like, you know what? If you don't want to listen to it, you could just. It's an excellent recap.
No, it was really, but.
I enjoyed last episode a lot. It may not be everybody's thing, but I really, really appreciate you guys doing that with me. So, all right, let's get to it. So we left off with you basically did some off-screen preparations. Tommy is sporting a new set of boiled leather armor made from warg and tatzelworm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's pretty studly.
I feel like I should get a bonus to my charisma for wearing this armor.
Yeah, this is Don. He's the DM. I don't know if you played for this before.
Just, I mean, I can make a check if you want me to. See how well I'm rocking it.
Some DMs would they take that as a deduction from one's charisma.
I really would love for somebody to draw it, like art. Like, what does this look like? I'm trying to visualize it.
I think we can get. We know where to go.
Yeah, I know where to go for that.
It's like,
I got to reprint your whole miniature.
Yeah, my whole miniature's gonna
it's like wolf and snakeskin. I don't know. It's an interesting combo.
Yeah, just boots.
It's gonna be awesome.
And a really rad necklace.
Oh yeah, and I got the necklace.
War-tooth necklace.
Yeah.
This sounds nice.
Yeah,
it's very fancy.
Trunk has actually finished his spear. So you've got the singular spear now, which is really fancy, and it's just a regular long spear.
Lance, yes. It is made from the wood of the heart tree.
Wait, okay, you're saying lance. It'd be long. I mean, you could make a lance.
That is what I made, yeah. It's the two-handed lance. It's good 5 feet shorter than the pike that I previously had.
Pike, yeah. All right. And did anybody else get a new gear?
No, I put something new. I washed my hair and then reclumped it and braided it. So that's about it. I've taken up yoga though. So, in the morning when I do my prayers, it's just yoga.
I see.
Helps keep me limber.
Okay. And out the gate you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Heading out the south gate along the road, if you'll direct your attention to ye old Shepherd's Vale map.
So wait, we're going to the south through the south gate, even though the lands are to the west?
Yeah, didn't they say to the west?
Why are we going through the south gate?
The
Farmers Cooperative is to the west.
Well, yeah, but there's actually 2 gates that come out of town. Are you looking at the names of them? Did I say the wrong name? I know names matter. Each of the gates has a name. So there are 4 gates to Raven Rock. Well, technically 5. There's the Miller's Gate, which connects to the mill. Each of them has a name, but there's one that goes out west to the logging camp, one that goes out east to the quarry, and then continues on to Kingsbridge. And then there's 2 that come out, one that kind of goes southwest out of town and one that goes southeast out of town, depending on the direction you want to go. The southeast one kind of runs through and connects some of the smaller towns in the Vale, like there's Lone Thistle and some things down there. And then the southwest one angles down around the Hollywood and then makes its way west. And that actually goes west all the way out of the Vale, off to parts unknown, which, I mean, there is a larger map. And you're going to be passing through Little Falls, which is the second largest town in the Vale. And then you'll follow that around, and then eventually you're going to go take the North Pass after that, Because basically where you're headed is directly west of the city, but it's on the other side of the Hollywood.
Yeah, that's a travel.
Yeah. It's actually really only 2 full days of walking.
Oh.
We could go through the Hollywood.
That would triple your time at least.
Good way, though, because the lake is so north. That's really the only major river. I think we should go to Little Falls. That's where my grandparents are from.
Oh.
My literal grandparents. The Little Falls, Minnesota.
Oh.
It's a place in Minnesota.
Yeah.
On the Mississippi.
Here we were all excited to learn secrets about...
I mean, I could play that, but...
Not Darune's grandparents, but yeah.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, we've established that you are from the tiny little town of called Thorpe, which is quite a bit north of the Vale.
Yeah.
Which we may get there someday.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get on the road, huh? Anyway, got some. Not to retcon too much, but I did make some. I made some good berries last night before I slept.
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
Just because I want to have them because they last for a certain amount of time, so I don't have to cast them necessarily today.
All right.
And I like the good berries.
They're very delicious.
Mm-hmm. All right, off we go. So we're exiting through the southwest gate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
Not
does
the south gate, the southwest gate.
Well, it actually has a name. I forgot it. I suddenly forgot all the actual names of the gates. So they're on the map.
It's that way.
It's that way.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, then. Yeah, you presumably get an early start, and as long as you guys make good time, you can make it to Little Falls by dusk. That's the plan.
All right.
Okay.
It is a somewhat cloudy spring morning. It's as the spring, spring is aging. It's getting a little warmer. Feels good. The road quickly moves under your feet, and you make excellent time. This should be pretty safe, and you begin walking, hour after hour, making your way down the road, passing the occasional farmer, bringing some stuff into the town. But otherwise, the road is, I want to describe it as desolate, but it's not like bustling.
Does Bramble have a playlist?
I can definitely play some songs while we travel, yes.
It would make the traveling a little bit more joyful.
Of course.
That's a compliment.
Thank you.
You should have some groovy tunes.
So, Bramble, have you told everybody yet? Or are you still kind of playing it, keeping it to yourself?
I believe that I haven't told anyone yet. I might have mentioned it to Zinnia, but not to the group as a whole.
And I just reminded Bramble that,
Birch is a dink.
Yeah, Birch is asking for your help because Birch has not been able to figure out anything without you. And I think it's time that Birch just figures out life on their own. And stick with me.
All right, well, we'll let you talk further on that shortly. So it's a few hours. It's mid-late morning. You're making good time. To the north, you can see in the not too distant the Hollywood. Bramble, you're probably getting a little more anxious as you go because you know that it's not much farther before you're ready for that. To the south is the rolling kind of rocky hills which lead to the center of the Vale, and there's patches of trees all about. But it is otherwise a pleasant experience, and you probably aren't expecting any trouble.
Dun, dun, dun.
However, trouble has a way of finding... Oh, wrong one.
I was just going to say, I was going to play my father role and say, oh, look how much gas is around here. Or, I wonder what kind of tree is that? Traveling with my dad out to East Coast. That's what I got the whole time. Trees and gas prices.
Trees and gas prices.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're walking along discussing perhaps trees and seeing that, oh, look at the shape of that rock, and watching the wagon ruts pass by. And you notice, if you'll direct your attention to the map, that as you're kind of moving along, a trio of people on horseback kind of break out of a clump of trees to the south of the road and ride into the road some distance ahead of you. Let me get them.
I was going to say they're very well camouflaged.
They are. They're stuck on another layer in time.
Oh.
There we go.
Then we should be able to bypass them. Oh, there they are.
There they are.
Oh, we're working multiple dimensions past our understanding.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, sorry. Roll20 is being a little finicky here. It's complaining about this giant map again.
Oh, it's you again, Don.
Not even much on it. So yeah, you see a trio of riders, and they're kind of spread out, one and then the center of the road, and then two are sort of flanking. My gosh. What? Do you guys do anything? What do you do?
No, I just keep walking.
Like regular travelers?
Well, they're stopped. So I put them out there, and one of the reasons I like using these giant maps is because I think scale is important, and you would see them at farther than like, oh, suddenly they're in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So right now they're like 200 feet in front of you.
I say, oh, horses! I love horses.
I just keep walking.
Mm-hmm. I tell Corda to go up ahead a little bit. Like, okay, that's good. Just in front of me, but a good probably 20 feet in front of me, just in case she makes a run.
Okay. All right. So like you want Corda to kind of go out there.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So we've got everybody kind of arrayed on the road here, but you are otherwise just kind of walking towards these fine people. Is that accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, they don't. Do they look threatening in any way? Are they?
Or in distress?
They are not in distress, but as you get closer, I mean, you can see one of them has a crossbow out.
Oh.
I would like to. Or is this like we're in it? If we get in within 60 feet, or are we further away?
You tell me. They will call out to you at some point, but
I would like to use my spirit sense, to sense if they are evil or fey or.
Okay, so you can do that when you get to 60 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll just move you up. Let's see, is that 60? All right, that would that's 60 from Corda.
Corda would still be slightly ahead of me. Still.
Well, you said like 20 feet ahead of you, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, if we're all going together, so yeah, I can detect the presence of undead, fey, outsiders, ethereal or corporeal. Yeah, any of that. So
Okay.
It's not evil, but it's any of those.
Yeah. All right. So you're kind of concentrating, detecting, and
Yeah.
everybody's observing these people. So you see as you get within about 60 feet that the lead is a human male, probably late 20s, early 30s. They're all kind of dressed like simple travelers' garbs. Nothing fancy, although you can see they are all armed. And he's on a black horse, and he's just got a swagger to him. To your right, his left, there's a female human, and she's kind of wearing a scarf, kind of covering part of her face, and she's casually holding a large crossbow. They're also all wearing armor. The lead man is wearing chain. She's in leather, and there's a dwarf to your left. And he's got like a large warhammer casually sitting across the pommel of his horse. He looks young, but the other two have like a lot of confidence to them. So as you kind of get within speaking distance, at least calling out distance, the lead calls out and says, "Well, hello there, travelers."
Wave in response.
Hello.
Good day.
Do you continue like moving towards them?
I would.
All right.
I'm going to actually divert a little bit, and I will kind of fly away from the group. And I will have Nipper also move.
All right. Well, you really are a motley crew, aren't you? Hey, Dudley, what's the word for that? What's that you always say? And the dwarf says, Hey, boss, it's Farrago. Ah, yes, a Farrago, a motley bunch, all sorts of sizes. Well met, well met.
Kind of stop here on the road. We'll clear out. We'll just travel on through.
Oh, of course. We'll be out of your way and out of sight before you know. But of course, if you hadn't heard, there's a new toll on the road, and we're fine collectors of such a toll to pass this way. So we'll just be needing to collect that toll from you, and no muss, no fuss. We can all go about our day without any unnecessary unpleasantness. What do you say about that there, stranger?
How much is this toll?
Oh, well, that's a splendid question. Looks like, Tommy, you're kind of stepping out there to the lead.
Yeah, I'm just keeping walking.
Yeah. So he'll be like, yeah, it's quite far enough there. Let's work some things out. Well, to be fair, you don't look like the wealthiest bunch, so what you say, 50 silver? 10 apiece would be plenty. The road's not going to pay for itself,
Oh, so you're like authority here? You're like government workers?
The dwarf kind of smirks just a little bit. That's right, we're government workers.
I'll get out my belt pouch and I'll just hold it in my hand. We'll come get you.
Do a quick sense motive on what I assume is quite clearly a lie. Nat 20?
Are you talking to me?
No, to the supposed government workers.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely something amiss. You've not heard of any such tolls, but this human realm is a funny place. But yeah, you get the sense that maybe he's not being the most genuine in his demand here.
Is there a hint of threat, aggression, that kind of thing in his voice?
The warhammer on the guys.
Yeah, the warhammer and that loaded crossbow that is, while not yet pointed directly at you, it could easily be positioned and fired in a moment's notice. So this is definitely a risky situation.
Quietly enough, I'm going to say, what do you think, Zinnia?
So I'm going to say a couple things. One, I seem to have lost my ability to interact with the map.
20.
All completely. I have no control over my anything.
Your character?
Mm-hmm.
Mine's working.
I don't know what happened. But two, I'm going to just call out and say, I'm clearly not even using the road, so can you deduct my 10?
He actually will chuckle at that. And he looks at you and says, well, you are just the cutest little thing, aren't you? Well, you got me there. Tell you what, we'll make it 45.
But I don't have any money either. So, literally, can you just make it 40?
Give me a diplomacy check.
She's smaller and she's not even using the road.
Oh, I rolled a 20. So that's a 23.
All right. He'll turn and say, what do you think, Dudley? You think we should let the wee one pass without paying? And he kind of looks nervous. The little dwarf seems a little nervous. That's a bad precedent, boss, but...
No, I'm not. I haven't even touched the road this whole time. I promise. Promise.
Well, as long as your big friend there, pointing actually at Tommy, and not your really big one, throws me his coin pouch, we'll be on our way.
The roads look fine. They're actually in pretty good condition.
And he would know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
his job.
Yeah. I mean, it could use a little bit more of a pitch, but, I'm sure that's a little bit tougher without the right equipment.
Have you heard of center crowning?
Oh, yes. It's the newest thing coming out here on these roads. Get so much less mud and big divots.
It will really help with runoff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but that's not free.
You can see the erosion right here, Zinnia.
Trunk, meanwhile, is going to take a couple steps closer and uttering sotto voce, under his breath, casting.
Is it like an opera? Sotto voce?
You'll find out in a second. I'm just going to look at the main dude and lower my voice a bit and say, one way or another, your days of bullying this place is over. You can go away, or you can be part of the road.
Ooh.
And that means he's going to have to...
Dude, drunk learn some things.
Oh, no, I've had this in my back pocket for a while. If he is 5 hit die or less, he has to make a will save or become shaken.
Okay.
And for the rest of them, I will just throw in intimidation as well. And that is going to be a 19 intimidate.
All right, let me get that whole wheel save here. Oh, sorry. That is a natty 20 on the will save. Oof. Sorry. I always feel bad about that.
You don't feel bad about that, John.
For those who've all DM'd, we all know the truth. I like to do a sense motive on you.
I like to see the cool new powers work sometimes because that's, it's
that's
like,
true.
I really like it.
You should be cheering for us to win.
I always cheer for you to win, but I'm just not going to enable it. So he seems, he didn't seem to be affected by your spell. Now your intimidate with a 19. That goes against. That's actually pretty good against the will save. So, all right, they look a bit like bothered by your intimidate. You definitely suddenly present a very threatening posture, which I don't know if that at this point surprises your allies or not. They've seen you do some dangerous things, but you suddenly...
They haven't seen us confronting bullies yet.
Yeah. So Trunk just suddenly seems really dangerous. Like that threat, the gravel in his tone, that was probably a side you guys haven't totally seen yet. But it was very convincing. So Gareth you can see that they maybe are not looking actually for a fight. But he will just like, it's your last chance, big one.
Yours too.
Oh gosh. Okay. Then,
I would like to, I'm going to say to Dudley, don't be, in Dwarven, don't be stupid, brother. Today is not the day to die.
He'll look at you and you can see he's got some sweat coming down. Like he looks nervous. The lead's going to kind of gesture at the woman to the left and said, your funeral. And you'll see she basically raises the bow to fire. So she's going to pull the trigger. And then we will, I guess, potentially have some violence, it sounds like.
Yay. Oh, wait, sorry.
Unless you want me to I can cast a spell before that, then you're fine. I'll be within. I do. Yeah, I did, but I didn't want to, let's let it work out like this.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's let it work out like this. Okay. She is going to shoot at Trunk. That might nick you. That is gonna be a 22 to hit you.
I mean, the fact that you started that sentence with might is amusing. But
I
yes,
do like
that'll hit me.
Like we're being asked, does a 25 hit you? Yes, it does.
Well, it's
forever and always.
Forever and always. Okay, but it doesn't do as much as Dan. So it grazes your arm for 5 points of piercing damage. Slicing you open, and she immediately drops the bow and starts pulling out, which is actually attached to like a leather cord, and pulling out a sword.
They will see the troll side of me, where 4 points of damage literally is not a bother. They've wasted their time.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better. Okay, then we're gonna start.
Sorry, I'm so ready. Yes,
so ready. we're going to start with Zinnia because you kind of had been, I've been watching what you were doing with your pawn over there and the excited nature that you're going. So they're all drawing weapons.
Zinnia's got 2 weeks of frustration towards a person to unleash on these people.
Yep.
That she didn't unleash on us. Or his mom.
All right, Zinnia, what do you want to do?
I am going to do an ear-piercing scream on the woman.
Ooh, what does that do?
I unleash a powerful scream, inaudible to all but a single target. They're going to be dazed for 1 round and take 1d6 points of sonic damage per 2 caster levels. So 1d6, yeah.
Okay. Is that is there a save or do you have to make a...
It doesn't say anything about a save. It just says it's instantaneous. Fortitude for half damage.
Okay.
There it is.
That is not going to be, well, that's a 12. I'm assuming that does not save because it should be, yeah, no, definitely not. Okay. So you shriek in her brain and she cringes back.
And that's 5 points of damage.
Oof. Okay.
And she is, like I said, dazed.
Dazed. Okay. And I actually made some neat little handouts because I kept having to look these up. So can't act normally. So that's 1 round.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, yeah, she just can't act. She can't act on her turn. Okay. Nice. Alrighty. Then that's what happens for her. Bramble, what do you want to do?
I am going to start singing to inspire courage.
All right. You send out your inspirational song.
It's the final countdown. I have a tiger, or there's lots of options.
Yeah,
that get me going. Yeah.
All right. Are you doing any movement?
I will ready my sling.
Okay. Got it. So you got the sling out, and you are performing as your initial action. All right, Trunk. What do you want to do?
I'm going to stab a bitch.
The new and improved Trunk. He's learned some human languages.
So Trunk just goes running up straight ahead towards the center guy who they've tried to intimidate each other. Yeah, he looks, his eyes grow wide as you come bringing that spear towards him.
I'm going to introduce it to his stomach where it will hurt the most. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Oh my, that does in fact hit. Oh geez.
And that is going to be 15 points of damage.
Oh. Okay. Rude.
He started it.
Yeah, so you stab him thoroughly into the chain armor, biting deep. You hear the wind kind of rush out as he kind of calls out in pain, and that was a lot of damage. A lot of damage.
I will just add vocally, whether you run or fall here, you are going to die from that.
All right, this is the new darker version of the game.
It's the same Trunk. He's just not encountered bullies yet.
Yeah. Okay. Tommy, what you got going on?
Well, I'm going to run up as well, and I'm going to punch him.
Okay. So you're going to run up literally next to the horse, and you're going to try to reach up and punch the guy. Got it? Okay.
Yeah. That's a 2. So I am not going to do that. Unless his AC is somehow 7. No. 8.
8? No. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a little higher than you thought.
A little higher.
Yeah. Well, then Tommy just runs up there.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot. Does the Bard song improve damage?
Oh yeah, +1 damage.
Then that will be 16 damage instead.
Well, that means I got a 9. Does that hit?
It does not.
Oh, well,
Sorry. Yeah.
Gotta try it out. It'd be terrible if it was a 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I never asked.
Okay. Daroon. actions happening fast here.
I would like to cast Entangle in a spot behind them so it just reaches their edge here of the radius. So it's a 40-foot radius, so behind them. So this road is looking a little bit unkempt now that you mention it. And and then I will touch the ground doing so, getting energy from the ley line and being able to use as just a free action. Now I can cast, one level higher level caster. So it's a 16 DC for them for the reflex save, which I'm guessing might be the horses.
It would be the horses. I got to throw out the entangled thing here, and that is
40-foot radius.
Yeah, this thing is so ridiculously huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so 40-foot radius is 80 feet across, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can get plenty behind them. I got plenty of. It's a long distance spell.
Yeah, so it's still like 30 more feet here. I wish it would come out like pre-sized.
Yeah, I know that it's a cool feature, but it just it's a hog when it comes to.
Okay, there we go. Is the neat animated entangle.
Yeah.
Sorry, you have to see it to believe it.
Branches and it's just grass and roots start coming right around the horse's ankles.
Okay, so they have to make an initial reflex.
Reflex save. Yep,
Yeah.
DC 16.
Okay, so the lead's horse is not entangled, but the other two horses are entangled.
And
Okay.
then I'm going to send Corda up front next to Trunk to go defend him.
Okay, so just like right next to him.
Yep, right next to his right. So Corda. So
Okay.
right there. That's my turn. That's him.
Okay. So the crossbow person is dazed this round, so she will take no action as she considers her life choices. Gonna do the dwarf. He's gonna try to get his horse, so he kicks his horse, try to get the horse to break free, to move out. So the horse has to make it's basically escape artist or strength check. You said DC 15?
16.
DC 16. I suddenly need the horse. See, you never know when you're going to need like horse.
That's right.
Horse stats.
Horse stats. Horses are pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
These are light horses, which have a 16 strength, so that's a +3. So that was not successful. So the horse is struggling against that. However, he is not entangled. So you see, while the horse is trying to break free, the dwarf has a brace of war darts or plumbadas. So he whips one of those out and throws that at Tommy. And I think that is going to be a miss against Tommy's fancy new armor, because that is only going to be like a 14. No. Okay. So a large, like heavily weighted dart goes right over your head. Okay. The center guy, whose horse is not entangled, does not like his position because he's obviously standing in this thing. Although now you're all, learning to listen with all these disengaged spears. So he's going to kind of wheel his horse, but he draws his longsword and will cut down at Trunk, because Trunk seems to be the most dangerous at the moment. That might be a hit. That is going to be on 18.
Yep.
That does. Okay. You know what? Actually, I apologize. It's not a longsword. He actually has a bill, a Galtian bill. It is a reach weapon, but he basically had it ready. But he actually, oh well, I messed it up because you guys would have provoked. Oh well. So that does hit. That is going to be for 5 damage. And he will maintain his position. And that is their turn. So Zinnia.
So Zinnia kind of liked doing the scream, so is going to scream at that lady again.
Okay. So she gets a will save. And she fails again.
This time it's. Does Bramble add?
Yes.
So that's 3 damage.
Okay. So you are rocking her world. Yeah, she's like clutching her head as all she's hearing is your loud screaming noise inside. Okay, that's amazing. Bramble.
I will continue to sing, and I will use my sling on the person in the center.
All right.
That is 22.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep.
23, because it adds to myself. Cool.
Yeah.
And then let's see, that is 1d6, and that is 2.
Okay. And you also did you add your?
Yes, I did for that one.
Okay. So 2 damage. So it kind of bounces off a little bit, but it is not nothing. Oh goodness. Okay. So he's kind of wheeled his horse sideways. He's got his Golden Bill out, but he's adjacent to Tommy and Trunk. Trunk, what are you going to do to this poor bandit?
Well, he's hiding his belly, so I guess I have to go for his spleen now. It's going to be a 21 to hit.
Oh, no. Okay.
For 15 damage.
Okay. So you, that's a lot of damage, dude. Okay. You ram your spear into his side. He lets out an extreme pained grunt as he goes limp in the saddle and topples from the saddle to the ground into the tangling vines.
He's entangled, right? Because he's unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Did you want to do anything else? I mean, you could still move, or
I'll just make eye contact with the dwarf as I twist the lance a bit.
That's brutal.
My face just saying, "You are next."
Trunk has gone dark. That is a dark wood.
All right, Tommy. The your target has fallen from the saddle.
I'll pull out my bow then and fire at the dwarf.
Oh, okay. Right. Range, Tommy.
11, 12 to hit.
That does not hit. He manages to duck under it.
I'm just going to remain back here and then tell Corda to go attack the horse here on the right.
Attack the horse?
Correct.
Oh, that's mean.
Oh, there's a point behind this. Because the horse is up, but it's entangled, right?
Yeah.
The horse is up. I'm just trying to trip the horse to prone, and then she would fall down and she'd be entangled.
Oh, okay. Roll
Well,
it.
that's the dwarf, isn't it?
No, the dwarf is the one on the
is the one
south
over here.
side. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a 15.
I mean, that hits.
And then so I trip, so
Yeah. I mean, it is tough to trip a horse, but let's see if Corda can do it.
so that I just roll that plus my CM.
Yeah, you roll and add your CMB.
It's probably not going to do it if that's tough. It's a 7 or a 15.
15. So, yeah, no, it's a 21 to trip this horse.
Okay.
So,
But it does do damage,
Okay.
and that's 6 points of damage.
Oh, okay. So Corda like tears into the horse's legs. The horse does not like that a lot, as it
As one
whinnies in
does
pain,
not.
and since its rider is not doing anything, the horse is going to try to get away from this wolf. So first of all, it will make its strength check, which it fails to do. Okay, so the horse is frantically just trying to get out of this. And well, so so it can do a single action, but it has to be a standard action. So it can't move. So it just tries to break free as it's desperately trying to get away from this hungry wolf. The other guy's on the ground.
I mean, I warned the dwarf.
You did.
You warned them. You warned them.
The other horse is completely demoralized and will try to run away. And since it is, because it ended its turn, last turn still in it, it actually has to make a reflex save. So it failed. So it actually started this turn entangled. Mm-hmm. So it also has to make a strength check, which it fails. So it is freaking out and just like fighting against the entanglement. All right. This went really bad really quickly. I should have like made 6 of these guys. Okay. Then the other rider, the dwarf, he's going to try to get his horse to flee, which still isn't freaking entangled. So it is struggling, but he's also kind of desperate. So he will throw his war dart. I mean, the closest person is still Tommy. So he will chunk his dart at Tommy, which actually looks like it may hit. Wow, this did not go how I expected. That'll be a 18 to hit you, Tommy.
Yeah, that is my armor class.
Okay. For 4 damage as the dart like penetrates you a little bit.
Okay.
And that is their turn. Not a banner turn for these bandits. Zinnia.
So Zinnia will call out, "The horses could be useful." Like, yeah. And then Zinnia is going to ray of fire the woman.
Okay.
Well, that's only a 14.
That hits.
Oh, that's 5 damage.
Okay. So your fire kind of splashes across her armor. And she is looking singed. And while she may be regaining her senses for next turn, she
has a killer headache.
She does. Yeah. Like blood's probably like dripping out of her nose. And now she's like kind of burning. Yeah. A bad day for her. All right, Bramble.
All right. Well, I'm going to try using my sling again. But I'm going to do it on, let's see. Let me measure real quick. Okay, yeah, easy. I'm going to do it on the dwarf, yes.
Okay.
All right. That's a 10. No, it's 11, but it's still not.
That does not hit.
Yeah.
Goes wide. Trunk.
I'm going to follow through on my visual promise and head towards the dwarf. As I get to kind of the outer like rim of the entangle, I will kind of jump over it using the like heft of my lance to kind of cover that extra 5 foot. So
you can get within range and not be entangled, basically.
Correct.
Okay, so let's see, 5, 10. Sure. Give me a quick acrobatics check.
An 11.
Okay. So you don't get as far as you hoped. But you said you were trying to get by the dwarf, right?
Yep.
But let's see. Because you still have... So if you did there and you just...
Sorry.
Yeah, you actually would be... You'd be fine.
Yeah.
Because basically you would step in, you try to get farther. That's actually where you would have to make a... well, you don't have to make a reflex save until the end of your turn, but you get in and you feel the branches tangling your feet, but you can just reach the dwarf from where you're at.
Perfect. That is a 17 to hit.
That does not hit. Turns out he's actually...
18 to hit with the bonus.
That does hit.
Haha.
Ah.
Bramble saves me. It's only 11 damage.
Okay. Well, you, impale him deeply. He does not collapse, but the blood drains from his face and the fight is gone from his eyes.
Looks like you and I are going to be playing longer than you and your friend.
Yeah, he looks like he wants to flee. He doesn't say anything yet.
I see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
You already had that opportunity.
I shoot him with an arrow.
The dwarf?
Yeah. So that's 21 to hit. 22, actually, with the brambles.
That's a hit.
That is 8 damage.
All right, with a thock into his chest. Thock. Everybody looked at me like you thought I'd... God. Is that a good arrow sound?
Yeah, that's appropriate.
Thwack.
Thwack.
I don't know. Sure, you do you,
Depends on
babe.
what you're hitting. If it's too fleshy,
I mean, he's wearing chain armor, so I don't know. Actually, it probably makes a loud kind of ringing noise as it penetrates between
there's a
the
sound
rings.
out there for it.
There is, yeah. We don't have a Foley artist. Sorry, we're a very low budget. Wow. Okay. Anyway, he just slumps over in the saddle like instantly.
Okay.
Just like his eyes go back and he tumbles. And wow, nicely done. Okay, Daroon.
Corda, the rider. So Corda's going to attack the rider now.
Okay, so she just kind of leaps up, try to grab onto the
Yep.
lady's
Light.
legs.
Oh, that's a 20 unnatural.
That is a hit.
I don't think he can really trip someone's up on a horse, right? I'd imagine. That's 7 points of damage.
Is that what the +1?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me double check, but yep.
She looks like she might be staggered. She's like woozy and barely staying in the saddle. Yeah, she's conscious, but barely. So she weakly tries to command her horse to flee. The horse will once again try to break free. Oh my God.
Once you put it on the side, you were rolling 20s over there. Then you get too close to Corda.
Too close. Yeah, I don't like. That's like I feel like I've been rolling 8s every time for the horses.
8s, 6s, 8s, 6s.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm done with you.
So we got a dice gel for.
Dice gel, you're gone.
It's for everybody.
I mean, secretly, the horses just know that these bandits are bad.
Right.
They want
know
them
my
to lose.
intentions. I don't...
So, that is literally all she does. She doesn't seem like she has the ability to do any sort of combat further. So she's just desperately trying to get the horse to break free and do her best to stay in the saddle. And it is Zinnia's turn.
Oh, goody. Zinnia is going to. Yeah, I'll just shoot fire at her again. 14.
14 to hit against ranged touch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because her touch is really low.
Okay, good. 2.
Well, that's all it took to knock her out.
Yay.
So she is now unconscious and, she also slumps over in the saddle. The horse will continue to freak out and desperately try to get away. Bramble, all 3 of the opponents have stopped putting up a fight.
And then I will stop playing and just kind of ask, "Do you surrender?"
Well, they're all unconscious.
Oh, they're all
Yes would
unconscious.
be the answer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I guess I just stop and ask everyone.
Do you fade the song out, like slowly? Or is it like
Oh, yes.
one big good strum?
I
Well, they're singing.
am
Oh,
singing.
you're
yeah.
singing.
Yeah.
I thought you were playing a lute.
Nah, not this time.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I stop playing, singing, and I look around, and I ask, should we let the horses go now?
Yes. I was going to say, get ready to grab the horses. And then once everybody, I don't know if Tommy wants to grab some, if Bramble or I'll go over towards the Corda, one by Corda, and get ready to grab it, and then I'll.
Okay, so 3 different people
Dispel
are going to try to do like animal handling to just grab the horse reins and
Yeah, just grab the reins and try to calm
try
down
to
the
calm them
horse.
down.
Yep.
Well, and I will. I don't think that I can like
Sure, I got it.
physically do it, but I will. I'm going to try and handle,
Mhm.
a calming action.
So I will
Maybe
drop.
you can woo, like try to calm it down, and I'll just hold it.
Yes,
I will
I'll do
drop
that.
the spell.
Okay, so you can do an if you want to try to aid on animal handling, you're going to aid
do it on
Tommy, and then
Maybe Tommy can aid me.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Because all I'm doing is physically holding it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then you guys can do that, and then Trunk and Daroon, you want to make an animal handle too.
Yep.
Now I approach the middle and I will grab the leader, stabilize him, and then basically straddle his arms and chest.
Okay. So Bramble then will do the other one.
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
So then.
Nobody wants me handling the animals anyway.
Okay. So Bramble, give me your animal, and then Zinnia, what was yours?
22.
22.
28.
Wow.
12.
And 19 to assist
So it's a +2.
to Zinnias.
Okay, but Bramble, you were actually doing the least freaked out one because that's the dwarf one that had not been hurt and was farthest from the wolf. So you end up, the others subdue their horses pretty quickly. You end up struggling with your horse, but it doesn't get away.
Cool.
And it's just kind of like rocking back and forth. The dwarf goes flying, and unless somebody runs over to aid you, you can make another check to calm it down next round. So if you want to go ahead and do that, and then Trunk, you walk over and straddle the guy.
I will fly over and aid Bramble.
Okay, so you fly over there to aid.
Yeah, with a 26.
Okay, so it takes a little bit, but you get all three horses calmed down.
Cool.
And their riders dismounted. And then Trunk, you said you're going to stabilize him?
Yep. Then hold a knife to his throat, slap his face until he just barely comes conscious. And then I look at him and I'll say, I want you to remember in your next life what doing harm to others has done to you. Wait a beat and then plunge it into his neck.
Good on you, Trunk.
So that happened. Daroon just goes, dude. I will heal the horse that Corda damaged, hurt.
Okay.
I'll cast healing, just to, part of the calming when I'm, and I'll cast heal. So I don't know if we're out of combat using those rules.
You are, but the important question, considering, it took you a couple rounds to subdue the horses, and Trunk was obviously busy.
Mm-hmm.
The other two people that had fallen, is anybody doing anything to them initially?
The dwarf and the lady?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about stabilizing them, but now I don't know if we're just going to be plunging knives into them.
If I'm by Corda, I'll just throw, if I can grab the rider, her. Are you up on the top one, the female that you were?
So initially, but then I went down to help Bramble.
So I'm going to grab and pull her off the saddle and let Corda do something. She's unconscious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both unconscious and dying. I just was going to.
Yeah, no.
So I was going to roll stabilization checks for each round.
I don't think you have to without getting too crappy.
Yeah, I'm going to let Corda just at the throat.
Jeez, you guys. Okay.
Heroes of the Vale.
What are we going to do? let them die just bleeding out?
These people are not going to learn in this life how to be better people.
Ooh.
They were trying to kill us. We let them multiple opportunities to let them go, but they decided not to. So they chose their death.
Okay, well, by the time anybody then gets over to the dwarf, he actually, because he was the closest to death anyway, he bleeds out. Okay.
Okay. But we got horses now.
We got horses.
Okay, so literally,
Upgrade.
I don't know what to think about the fact that Zinnia is feeling a little icky about this one.
Well, if they would have died by being bit or killed, what's the difference between that and slowly bleeding out? I saw you put something through someone's eyeball.
I know, but he was hunting us and set a trap for us.
These people were going to kill us.
These people were doing the same.
They
to
shot
others,
first, yes.
to many others.
No, they were trying to shake us down for money.
I know, but I told the young dwarven brother, I said, today is not the day to die, and he chose. And he's maybe following this, but this is the life they chose.
If we had not paid, they would have attacked. And if we were not who we are, they will have
Either
likely
way,
killed others.
they're dead. It's too late now. Oops.
I don't know if they would have killed us or just like beaten us and then taken our money and then left.
Well, we don't know, do we?
No, we don't.
If they elect to use the life they are given
So
to torment
I'm going
others,
to
they
look
don't
through the
deserve
pockets
it
of
anyway.
the one that I pulled down. This is quite an existential conversation.
I'm over here.
And every party has this, I'm sure.
Yeah, we have to deal with these types of things.
But I don't know if they were going to or not, but we can trust people or we don't trust people. But if we trust people, we might be dead. I just think in this case, I am on Trunk's side. I don't know about the whole bringing back someone to life or bringing them and killing them again. That was a choice you made, and you made it clear to him that he did bad things. But in the end, again, it was their choice. We can't sit here and try to think about if they should die or not. They tried to kill me, so I'm protecting myself and my clan.
You say all this while you're rifling through their
Yes.
possessions, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear.
My
with the
diatribe is really well syncopated with pickpocketing.
the picture
You're
in my
like-
head of you like going through their pockets
Yep.
and like, this is the life they chose.
Chucky like an old dagger.
Yeah. It's like,
Okay, so there's a variety of equipment. So I will list it all out for you very quickly. So there's there's a warhammer. There's a total of 6 war darts, and some basic camping gear, but not for like an extended stay. Like there's like a day's worth of food and a bedroll.
mhm.
So they were not like really spending a lot of time, or they were not equipped for a lot of time outdoors. Each of them has some money. I list them off separately. I guess I should have just done a total, but I'll get that in a second. The leader had a pole arm, which is a Golden Bill. Pole arms have a wide variety of names. It's kind of like a halberd, a little bit between a halberd and a guisarme. There's actually a picture of that, what that looks like. He had a masterwork arming sword, so it was a really fine quality arming sword. And again, the same type of the food, a light pack. And then the woman had a crossbow, an arming sword, a small knife, 12 bolts, and she was wearing leather armor, like boa leather. The lead guy was wearing a chain shirt, and the dwarf was wearing actual like full chainmail. And he had a heavy wooden shield that he hadn't got out yet. And then between all of them, 32, there's 67 silver crowns. There are 3 gold royals, and math, 75 plus 12 plus 40. So 52. 127 pennies, copper pennies.
Do the horses have a brand anywhere?
They don't have brands. 2 of them are the like light brown sorrel type horses, and the leader was he was on a black horse. They're both like light horses, mechanically speaking.
Sure.
They're good runners, but yeah, no brands. And they didn't really have like any notes or details or anything like that.
How far away from Little Falls do we think?
So this was still kind of early, so you still have about a 5-hour hike. Well, it's actually much faster now if you're going to be on horseback.
Mm-hmm.
But you can kind of ponder all of that as you're standing on the side of the road going through these things, because there's like 3 dead bodies there too. But that also might be when Bramble, because you were about to like, before this happened, tell the group something.
Yeah.
Now that the tone is all lighthearted
Yes.
and everything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So if you want to go ahead and do that now, because it's clear that they now have some horses and they're probably
Yeah.
going to proceed on.
Well, I want to tell you all, I got a letter from a friend requesting some help back in the Hollowwood And I am going to go help them. So,
Like now?
yes.
Are you talking about the letter from Birch?
Yes, I know what you're going to say, but they really need my help.
But Bramble, we need your help here.
I know, but
But Bramble, they just need your help with the song. We almost got killed here.
well, you also only have 3 horses now.
But
so it makes sense that I would leave and you have everything you need. And
so Zinnia will fly and just like grab hold of Bramble's horns and just start crying.
that's really sad.
How far do you have to go?
It's not that far from where you're at, actually. Just a bit north into the wood.
Just a bit north.
And you'll be safe.
Yes, of course.
And you'll see us again, yeah? You'll
Yes.
come back to town.
I'm sure, yes.
Is Birch the one you helped with a song before?
Yes.
Yes, he needs the help. I mean, it was obvious.
He does need a help.
Yeah.
I think. Well, you be good. Have fun with Birch and your friends. We'll see. I mean, we won't be that far apart, so I'm sure we'll see you again.
I'll give you a good berry for the road.
I thank you.
And Corda will come over and kind of sit there and look a little sad, like a dog makes you feel guilty.
Great.
Watch you
I love
the whole time sitting there walking into
this is good.
Yeah. I've got a crying fairy on my head and
Yes,
a
you
sad
do.
dog staring at me.
The fairy is just clinging to the curved horns,
Well,
plastered
that means that you'll be missed.
on your
That's
head,
a good feeling. you know?
crying.
So while that's happening, what are you guys going to do with these people?
Oh, drag
Bury
them
'em.
off. Yeah, bury 'em.
That was kind of it. Are you going to?
Yeah, I'll break out the shovel and start.
Yeah, I've got excavate earth. So
I was going to
can just
say, you don't need a shovel. You have a...
Okay.
Yeah.
I just help
So-
with the lifting then.
right, just
Not
throw it above.
displaying their body on the pole arm. Got it. No. Kidding. Would not do that.
I always think of that every time with that goblin and Ted in the very first adventure we did. He speared a goblin and then just tried to, as a puppeteer,
Oh my gosh.
control a dancing goblin. That's the first time I met him.
Okay, so you do some earth excavation, and so are you taking their armor?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes you a little bit. Basically, you strip out everything of value, put them into shallow graves, bury them, and it looks like you're going to mount up as Bramble is making ready to depart. And you do so.
Sing us a song before you leave.
Okay, yeah, I'll sing you a song as you ride away off into the sunset.
Come on. I'm sure Zinni will catch up.
Yeah, because I'm just like, now I'm covering Bramble's eyes.
If you can't see, you can't leave.
We'll have to give him a minute. Well, I'm sure Zinni will catch up.
Yeah, I tell Zinnia, I'll see you again, I promise.
Not if I'm dead.
Wow. It's very accurate mother guilt around here, right? How fitting.
I look at her and I kind of smile and I say, we both know you're strong. We'll be able to do this.
All right. Zinnia will sniff big, wet, gross fairy tears and then, yeah, wipe them off on Bramble's silver hair.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
A parting gift.
And ask if they're going to give me another one of those scroll thingies or feather thingies.
Oh, well, Bramble does not have one on hand, but perhaps you can
Yeah.
have one sent.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you mount up, and Bramble, you start walking slowly towards the line of trees, playing and waving as our heroes now, I don't know, well, you've acquired some more stuff and you're on horseback.
Yeah, the horses are kind of a big improvement.
Yeah, no, they're definitely worth some money.
Well, since Bramble's gone, I'll try to sing a couple tunes.
No, I can still remember the last one they sang, so I think I'll just play that one in my head.
There once was a dwarf from Raven
Oh,
Rock.
Jesus.
So, can Trunk... Can
I was thinking it, but I didn't say it.
No, it was coming. I'm 7'4" and 350 pounds plus stuff.
With the riding horse?
I feel bad about this horse.
A light horse.
I think I might just be walking.
I mean, a light horse. I mean, the black horse is the most muscular. I know a typical horse, like they can carry like up to like 300 pounds normally, I think. But
There's also the fact that I have never ridden on an animal before, so
Well,
this Trunk offering to
your
carry
feet
the
just
horse?
dragging on the...
I'll just carry the horse. Yeah.
I mean, I think if you, okay, well, I mean, let me look up. I think you can't actually ride it, even though it may not mirror
It's like
reality.
riding like a pony. A regular human riding a pony or a mule, maybe.
I don't know. Or Trunk just like straddles it and like keeps walking.
Yeah, I think his feet's dragging on the ground.
No.
kind of like how you walk in a pool when you're
Well, you can figure that out if you want.
All right. We'll sort those details out as you part company. And that was a little darker and sadder than I thought this episode was going to be.
No kidding.
Bye,
So,
Bramble.
thanks
Now I'm
that.
starting to think Bramble just left because we were all murder
I
hobos.
mean, it's a little.
What a good excuse to leave. I gotta get going here.
I gotta, hit the...
Okay, guys.
Inching
I'm
away.
gonna head out now.
Yeah, at some point on the road, perhaps you guys can talk through some things, but we'll put that off for next time.
Alrighty.
Thanks, everybody.
all right. Thanks.
See you next time.
Be nice to people.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed our show and want more, please leave us a rating and review on whichever platform you use. And of course, feel free to share us on social media. We'll be back next week with more adventures in the world of Tellus. To tide you over, you can read more about the cast, characters, and the world of Tellus at AdventuresEdgeRPG.com. And if you're going out on your own adventure, remember, you should learn the local laws and customs to avoid unnecessary trouble in the future. Stay safe out there.